Imagine standing on the deck of a colossal warship, one so immense that it seems to dominate the very ocean itself. The roar of gunfire is deafening, the sky is thick with smoke, and the deck is vibrating beneath your feet. This was the reality for those aboard the Musashi, one of the largest and most powerful battleships ever created, during one of the largest naval engagements in history, the Battle of Leyte Gulf. The Musashi was not just a ship, it was a symbol of the strength, ambition, and eventual tragedy of the Imperial Japanese Navy in World War II. Yet, despite its power, the Musashi's legacy is marked by its untimely destruction and the profound impact it had on the course of naval warfare. Today we embark on a journey to explore the significance of the Musashi in World War II, its role in the Battle of Leyte Gulf, and how its story continues to shape naval strategy and modern warfare. This is the story of a giant that fell, and the ripple effects it left in its wake. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us as we dive into some of the most fascinating stories from history, warfare, and technological innovation. Today we'll uncover the story of the Musashi, one of the most formidable battleships ever built, and how its participation in the Battle of Leyte Gulf redefined naval warfare forever. From towering steel giants to modern naval strategies, we'll take you through the pivotal moments that shaped the outcome of one of World War II's most crucial battles. So, sit back and enjoy the unfolding journey as we delve into the legacy of the Musashi. The Musashi was a symbol of Japan's ambition to dominate the seas in the early 20th century. Built during a time of rising military tension, it was one of the two massive Yamato-class battleships, alongside its sister ship, the Yamato. Both ships were designed to be the most powerful and most advanced battleships in the world, reflecting Japan's belief that naval supremacy was key to securing its place as a dominant world power. Launched in 1940 and commissioned in 1942, the Musashi was a floating fortress, boasting an impressive array of weaponry, including 9 46cm, 18.1-inch guns, among the largest naval guns ever mounted on a ship. This was complemented by an array of smaller caliber guns, anti-aircraft defenses, and thick armor that could withstand direct hits from most conventional weapons of the time. The Musashi was not just a product of military engineering, it was a statement of Japan's resolve to dominate the Pacific. However, this ambition would come at a heavy cost. While it was an extraordinary symbol of technological prowess, the Musashi was also a reminder of the changing face of warfare, where the power of a battleship would soon be challenged by air power and submarines. By 1944, the tide of World War II was turning against Japan. The United States was advancing through the Pacific, and Japan's naval forces were stretched thin. The Battle of Leyte Gulf, which took place from October 23 to October 26, 1944, was a pivotal moment in the Pacific theater. It marked the last major offensive by the Imperial Japanese Navy and would ultimately lead to its defeat in the war. The Musashi was deployed in this battle as part of Admiral Takeo Kurida's Center Force. The goal was to disrupt the Allied landings in the Philippines and stop the U.S. Navy's overwhelming advance. The Musashi and its sister ship, the Yamato, were part of a formidable naval force that included cruisers, destroyers, and aircraft, with the objective of delivering a decisive blow to the American fleet. However, the outcome of the battle was far from what the Japanese had hoped. The battle itself was one of the largest naval engagements in history, involving hundreds of ships and aircraft. Over the course of several days, the Japanese forces were outmatched by the superior numbers and strategic planning of the U.S. Navy. Despite its formidable strength, the Musashi was not immune to the new tactics and technologies that had begun to define modern naval warfare. On October 24, 1944, the Musashi came under heavy attack from American aircraft, primarily from U.S. Navy carrier-based planes. These planes launched multiple waves of attacks, using bombs and torpedoes to strike the battleship. Despite the Musashi's thick armor and the valiant efforts of its crew to defend the ship, the relentless bombardment took its toll. After hours of battle, the ship finally succumbed to the damage, sinking at around 7 p.m. on October 24. The loss of the Musashi was a devastating blow to the Japanese Navy. It was one of the largest ships ever built, and its sinking symbolized the decline of Japan's naval dominance. While the Musashi had fought bravely, the Battle of Leyte Gulf highlighted the changing nature of naval warfare, where air superiority and the rise of aircraft carriers and submarines would soon eclipse the power of traditional battleships. The sinking of the Musashi marked the end of an era for battleships in naval combat. While it was once thought that battleships were the ultimate symbol of naval might, the loss of the Musashi signified the rise of a new naval doctrine that emphasized speed, mobility, and air superiority. In the aftermath of the Battle of Leyte Gulf, the U.S. Navy continued to advance its focus on aircraft carriers, which had proved far more effective in modern warfare than the cumbersome and vulnerable battleships. The Battle of Midway, which occurred in June 1942, had already demonstrated the importance of aircraft carriers, and by the time of the Leyte Gulf battle, the U.S. had firmly established air power as the cornerstone of its naval strategy. The sinking of the Musashi underscored a critical shift in naval warfare. In the years following World War II, nations around the world restructured their naval fleets to focus on aircraft carriers, submarines, and smaller, more versatile vessels. The Musashi and its sister ship, the Yamato, had been built for an era of battleships, but they were outclassed by the newer technologies that emerged during the war. In addition to its immediate military implications, the Musashi also had a profound impact on naval tactics. The vulnerability of such massive ships to airstrikes prompted naval leaders to rethink strategies involving large, heavily armored ships. The lessons learned from the sinking of the Musashi continue to influence naval design and tactics today. The Musashi's legacy, however, is not solely defined by its tragic end. Its story also serves as a reminder of the changing nature of warfare, where technological innovation often disrupts long-standing traditions. The Musashi stands as a symbol of Japan's naval ambitions during the war, and its sinking marks the closing chapter on the age of the battleship. The Musashi remains a powerful symbol of both technological ambition and tragic vulnerability. Its role in the Battle of Leyte Gulf demonstrated the limits of battleships in the face of modern air power, but it also highlighted the incredible power and potential of naval forces when fully mobilized. Today, the legacy of the Musashi continues to influence naval strategies and the design of warships. While the battleship era has passed, the lessons learned from the Musashi's final battle remain relevant to military leaders and strategists around the world. As we reflect on the significance of the Musashi, we are reminded of the ever-changing nature of warfare and the constant need to adapt to new technologies and tactics. The Musashi was more than just a ship, it was a monument to the power and tragedy of war, and its legacy lives on in the history of naval combat. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the history of the Musashi and its impact on naval warfare. If you found this exploration of the battleship's legacy fascinating, be sure to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey channel for more insightful stories from history, warfare, and beyond. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Join us again next time as we uncover more captivating stories that have shaped our world.